Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's time to get your Clix fix.
Hi, and welcome back to Clix Fix. I'm Rory. It has been about a week since I last played with these pint-sized plastic people. Played a fun just game on the kitchen table with my son. Tested out a few figures I'd never played before. But yeah, still a week too long. Gotta do it again. Today, it's not what we're doing. We are discussing a team build that I made for my series called One Awesome Clix. If you haven't seen any of these videos before, it's basically I take one figure that's super rare or higher in rarity, something that's a little harder to get, and then build a team around them with stuff that's easier to get. And yeah, so basically Pulp Plus, maybe you might call it. Anyway, wanted to do one of the figures out of the most recent Black Panther set, and that is, if you saw my unboxing, you saw that I got this guy. It's the Falcon and Redwing. Super glad I got this piece. I sought out a few other pieces to make good use of him in a team once I got him. But yeah, we're going to be building a team around him. Most of the team is from the same set as him. I'll just let you know. And many of them were in my top 5 in each rarity. So I might kind of go through those quickly. I just we'll review the pieces quickly and how they're supposed to function on the team. But first, we'll start off with the main figure, the Falcon and Redwing. He's got Avengers, Animal, Martial Artist keywords. Today, we're going to be building a team with the out of the Avengers keyword. Now, there's some keyword bending, and we'll talk about that later. Not to worry. This is going to be a straightforward Avengers theme team. When Falcon and Redwing, sorry, this is his first trait, nothing we can do together, can't do together. When Falcon and Redwing starts the game, generate a Redwing bystander. If Falcon and Redwing is part of a theme team, which this is going to be, when a friendly bystander would be KO'd, you may roll a d6, 4 through 6, place that bystander adjacent to Falcon and Redwing. That is the main purpose for him being on the team and kind of what we're building around. I'm trying to get as many bystanders as possible and to keep them alive as long as possible. Now, remember, the rest of the team is just like commons, uncommons, and rares. But yeah. Next, total, we have 3 characters that create bystanders on this team. We already went over Falcon and Redwing. Oh, well, and I mean, he's decent. He's only 40 points, and he can attack a character close combat that attacked Redwing. That Redwing hit that turn, even if he's not even close to him, which is really awesome. That's his attack power that he has his whole dial. His other trait, just toughness. When establishing theme teams, you may choose a friendly character named Captain America. Falcon and Redwing gains all the keywords of the chosen character. That's some keyword bending, and that can be used very well, especially in silver. That can be used in insane ways. And I might do a video on that kind of a team build later. I don't have a series for that really yet, but we'll just focus on the One Awesome Clix for now. Anyway, that's basically what he does. The main idea, get bystanders, keep them alive, and let them do as much work as possible. The next character also creates a bystander from the Black Panther set. Light is not good. Let's see if I can turn the light a little bit here. Let's see this guy a little better. Yep. Nick Fury and Goose. Nick Fury and Goose. Now, when Goose showed up in the movie for the first time, that was when, I mean, that was probably the best part of the movie, I think. You know, he's 50 points. He's got the Avengers keyword, so he'll be good. He's got the Shield team ability, which he could share with Falcon or Redwing because they're wild card. Anyway, trait. He's the spy, mastermind, stealth. When Nick Fury and Goose starts the game, generate a Goose bystander. Oh, shoot. Let's go over Redwing that comes out of Falcon and Redwing. Anyway, tiny. He flies. 8 movement with hypersonic, 12 movement with precision strike, and 17 defense. 12 attack with precision strike, 17 defense with super senses, and 1 damage with enhancement. So because he has precision strike, that's going to help a lot. That 1 damage isn't a huge deal. What you really want him to do is get in there, do that 1 damage, and then have a Falcon take a bigger hit at him after that, at your target, whoever that is. Anyway, back to Nick Fury and Goose. Same as the other, just at the start of the game, they create the bystander. And Goose has special movement, flurry, plasticity, giant reach 2. And he has blades with the 10 attacks, super senses, 17 defense, and 1 damage with perplex. Well, again, the 1 damage doesn't really matter because he's got blades. You're hoping you're rolling high, but whatever. Really, really possibly super dangerous piece that getting in your opponent's face will hopefully scare them at the very least. And even if they try to get rid of him, you got a 50-50 chance that Falcon and Redwing will save Goose. Now, also with Nick Fury, he's got this great damage power. Free, choose an opposing character within range and line of fire. That character's combat values can't be positively modified that turn or until your next turn. Super awesome. Like, if it's defensively, they can't raise their attack values. If you're wanting to get through crazy increased defenses, then you he makes it so they can't. It's kind of like a one person in the Marvel has the Outsiders team ability, which I've talked about in the other video, but I love it. And also, once per turn, when Nick Fury and Goose carries a friendly character named Goose, after resolutions, that Goose may make an attack. So he can carry Goose all the way up to your target and let Goose flurry with blades. And before he does the attack, Nick Fury could just decide that, oh, your defenses can't go up anymore either. So it's just, yeah. Oh, and remember, it's not, they can't be positively modified, but they can be replaced. So if they got defend somewhere, that can give them a higher defense value, but they can't be modified after that. I love that Nick Fury and Goose, and we'll talk about that after. The third character that spits out a bystander on the team, the third and final one for this build, is Amadeus Cho and Kirby. Take a look at them. Pretty simple sculpt, but it's cute. He just has the little guy in his jacket. Anyway, Safeguard, the God Squad. Safeguard Outwit, which is great. Free, choose an opposing character with a deity keyword within 4 squares in line of fire. That character can't use Safeguard Outwit until your next turn. That's awesome. It's like, oh, this team could do really well against, I guess, one-man armies. Yeah, because he can, even if they have Power Cosmic or something, Amadeus Cho can get past that, and then he can outwit it. Anyway, Starts the game, generate Kirby bystander, and he's got shape change. Kirby isn't as dangerous as uh, Goose is, but we'll take a look at him. Sidestep, 9 attack with blades, 16 defense with toughness, and shape change. So all of the bystanders have a possible rollout. Shape change here, and the other 2 have super senses. You hope you hit one of them, but if not, you still have 50-50 to have Falcon save them. Yeah, that's Kirby. Now let's move on to the rest of the team. The rest of the team doesn't create bystanders, but I think they're very useful. They're good Avengers. One of them, my favorite from the Deadpool and Weapon X set, Beast. Thinking Beast. Looks like he's on a rock potty. Anyway. Love the Beast because he's got toughness and combat reflexes, his whole dial. But the main reason, at 30 points, Outwit, when the Beast uses it, he can instead choose 3 standard powers. That's protected Outwit. So, yeah. It's like, I could see it going up against, I don't know, something like Darkseid. You bring up Amadeus Cho, then Amadeus Cho can get rid of the protected Outwit. He can outwit something. Beast comes up, outwits 3 more things, like, I don't know, the future defenses that he's going to have. Have Nick Fury carry Goose, and then Goose can flurry. Well, Nick Fury carry Goose first, but before Goose flurries, have him do whatever he needs to the combat values, and then Goose. Oh man, and it seems like it's just kind of dangerous. Like, definitely don't want to put all your eggs into one basket against this team. Anyway, I just think it'll be fun. Moving on to the rest of the team. Ooh, let's do the highest point character on the team is going to be Phil Coulson from Black Panther. Now he's just, to me, just a pretty solid piece. Starts off with the telekinesis there, which is going to be very useful for anybody that needs to get in close quickly. But I really like this damage power he has at the beginning of his dial, leadership and perplex. So that's one way to up the attack of Goose or Redwing or if you're going to go for it, Kirby, because they do want to have a higher attack. When Phil Coulson uses leadership or mastermind, other friendly characters within range and line of fire are considered adjacent to him. So he doesn't have to be next to the bystanders. Also, he can if they see him as a threat for whatever reason because of his leadership and perplex, and they go to attack him, which it doesn't seem like it makes all that much sense. On his top click, he's not a huge threat. But if you get him in the mix and they have to attack him because he ties somebody down or whatever, he can mastermind to the bystanders and then hope that Falcon saves them, which is just kind of crazy to me. And he doesn't even have to be next to him to do that. But if he does go take a few hits of damage, he goes into a special attack, which when he uses it, he can do one of 2 things: penetrating damage, or that the characters can't replace or positively modify their defense. So similar to what Nick Fury does, in a little bit of a different way. But he also gets rid of any defense that they're doing, defend that might be happening. You could also just play him. I have him on the team at 60, but you could play him at 40 and do some other stuff. I don't know, to put a couple different what was it? Equipment. That's the word I'm looking for. A couple different equipment. But I did want him at 60 on this team for the leadership. because creating bystanders, you're going to want to have, usually more actions in a turn. So that's one of the main reasons he's on here as well. Moving on, we also have from the Black Panther set. Well, yeah, we'll talk about it now. Miles Morales, pretty simple, awesome character, 25 points. He's got the Spider-Man team ability, which, Amadeus Cho and Kirby or Falcon and Redwing could copy. Falcon and Redwing does not have super senses, but, if you want to have that possibility on a 6, go for it. But he could also just give the Spider-Man team ability to the rest of the team if they're adjacent, which I would like. I would recommend doing to Redwing and Goose because they have super senses. You give them a 50-50 super senses on your bystanders. That would be annoying. And that would make it so they want to get rid of Miles. But if they do get rid of Miles, out pops Spider-Man from your sideline. And he is also dangerous when he gets popped out. I mean, he's nuts no matter how you play him. He's got the hypersonic speed. We're just doing a little aside to the sideline for a little bit. Spider-Man, when he comes out after Miles gets KO'd, stealth, opposing lines of fire can't be drawn to him if he is occupying or adjacent to non-debris terrain markers. So bring those on the team as well. Precision strike, when Spider-Man hits, after resolutions give each hit character an action token, and he's got 3 targets. He's like, boom, I'm going to just, do a little pink, hit each of you for 1, and you each get an action token. Combat reflexes and super senses, super duper senses. Now, if he can be targeted, he can be outwitted, so he could go down pretty quickly after that. But that requires some investment into taking him out, which is likely if you can keep him in stealth, they're going to have to get up close and deal with combat reflexes unless they outwit things. It's just he's a not fun to deal with. I've had to try before. While we're on the sideline, we'll do the other character that's on the sideline, Ares. If you have Blades on your team at all and you have room, Ares will be on the sideline. I just think it's a really funny idea. You probably already know what he does. So when he's on the sideline, somebody that uses Blades, Claws, Fangs, when they do it, they can attack all adjacent. Everyone that they can target with Blades, they target all of them, and they roll a different die for each target that they hit for the Blades. He's not on the map, so you don't get the +1 to the damage. But having Kirby or Goose with their Blades go and do it Ares, you could have Redwing. No, Redwing has Precision Strike, but if Goose gets in there quick, just being carried, and he can flurry. So one of those he could be on crazy Blades. Anyway, I like the idea of that. I don't think anybody else has Blades on the team, so just going to be those 2 bystanders. But remember, that's just once a game. Now, for the last character/characters on the team, there are 2 of them. If you want to do 2 of them, you could also take one off and do some equipment. But I just decided to put on 2 of them because it's fun. I only have 1, but I know there's people that have a bunch. Jay, looking at you. But War Machine, just on his 30-point dial, you could use 2 of them. He has the crew. You can read through that. It's not, there's 2 of them on this thing, so he will get the willpower. Or both of them will get the willpower, which is awesome. But also, traded energy explosion at the beginning of the turn. Roll a d6 and modify the resulting combat values. 1-2 attack, 3-4 damage, 5-6, both of them. Big thing here, perplex probability control. When he uses either, he can only target friendly characters that share a keyword with him. So he's not going to be doing the bystanders, but he will be able to do that for your other characters. And on this team, that's probably mostly going to be Falcon and Redwing. Hopefully when Redwing hits, then Falcon can make his free attack. You can perplex and prob twice with the two different ones. If he's part of the theme team, he can use them regardless of range and line of fire. So he's on a theme team, so can do that. But that is the team. So I just think it's super fun. You got all of your main powers covered at the beginning. You got telekinesis with Falcon and Redwing. His can only be for bystanders, which is fine because they're the ones that you're going to want to put in the mix most anyway. But Phil Coulson also has it. Probability control from both of the War Machines and Miles Morales, which is great. Perplex from Phil Coulson, that's a regular one. The War Machines can only have Perplex on your other characters that he shares keyword with, so not bystanders. Outwit on Falcon and Redwing, and Amadeus, Joe, and Kirby, and on Beast, 3 of them. So lots of outwits. So unless your character has protected outwit on multiple characters, because remember Amadeus, Joe, and Kirby can get rid of that for one of their characters, you can just shut them down. And then Phil has leadership. So that's the team. Now, that's the team if you only have, if you don't have a bunch of other characters that are good for that team that are higher rarity. We'll talk about a few of those that you might think are, I think could be useful. So also from Black Panther, this Captain America, woo, he's fun to pair up with your Falcon. Well, because he puts out his own Redwing bystander, and he gives all of his keywords to Falcon and Redwing, so you can widens up his choices for themes that you might want to go along. But we'll just focus on Avengers ones right now, because if you just start doing keyword cheating with Captain America and Arnim Zola, whatever. Just if you go into Silver, the Spider-Man chases, that you could just get crazy with who's going to be on the team. But we'll focus on the main ones here. But for Avengers, that Captain America is great. His Redwing is exactly the same. And there's some more perplexes in there. White Tiger, the Prime, is also really good. She puts out an awesome bystander. Let's take a look at that bystander. It is Chi-Tiger. 12 attack with blades. But you might not need to use blades because it's 4 damage and it's giant, so it'll have giant willpower. I think that one, even if you don't save it with a Falcon, I think she can just put it back out. Let me double check. White Tiger. At the beginning of your turn, you may either generate a Chi-Tiger bystander or remove a friendly Chi-Tiger bystander from the game. Yeah. So even if this one doesn't get saved, you can just put it out the next turn if she's, having the Chi bystander on her still, or not out in the game, gives her a bonus, but still. Anyway, moving on. Try to move more quickly. Another great Avenger is She-Hulk, the Chase, that's jumping out of the TV. She can pop out a Hulk bystander. Now, it's a pretty standard powers of the Hulk, but it's a Hulk bystander. Charge, 11 attack with super strength, 18 defense with impervious, and 3 damage with Battle Fury. And he's a giant, so he's got that willpower, that crazy willpower. Yeah. if you can get that bystander out and then keep that alive, Falcon Redwing is going to be a big target for your opponent. So you might want to keep them out of the fight on any team that you put this kind of stuff on. Another awesome Avengers figure with a cool bystander, Hawkeye and Hawkeye, because of the Hawkeye bystander. It's fine. Or the Kate Bishop bystander. When it's generated, give her a die showing any result. She can use standard powers printed on the die, the click number of Hawkeye and Hawkeye's card that matches her die's result. When she's KO'd, deal them 1 damage, which might not happen because you could save her. So another awesome bystander, Power Man and Iron Fist. You can put out, either of them. There's a Iron Fist with his he gets through stuff with precision strike, exploit weakness. Yeah, Iron Fist, Power Man. He's got Quake, close combat expert. It's another dangerous bystander. Avengers got some nasty bystanders. The new Legacy Cloak puts out a awesome dagger bystander. When she hits, characters are dealt 1 penetrating damage, 3 bolts instead of normal damage. When she damages 1 or more opposing characters after resolutions, heal an adjacent friendly character 1 click, which is also awesome. Yeah. And if you can keep her out. Now, this might be my favorite one that I want to put on a team someday with Falcon and Redwing is the upcoming legacy for Captain America, because he puts out 4 bystanders. Oh, did I click on the right one? Oh, I clicked on the wrong Hulk bystander. So the Hulk bystander that I talked about before was the one that's coming out with Captain America. The one that comes out with She-Hulk is basically the same, except for it doesn't have Battle Fury and is not giant. No, Battle Fury is not giant. So, I mean, the Hulk that's coming with Legacy Captain America, crazy. He also comes with a Doctor Strange, with Tensai and Prob. What else? It's Spider-Man with Leap Climb, 3 range, 3 bolts, Perplex. Oh, where's the last one? Oh, and a Falcon bystander. You get another Falcon bystander with Precision Strike, Running Shot. It's just, yeah, that all 4 bystanders all at once for this dude who is himself only 75 points. And they all boost each other's defenses because they all have the Avengers team ability. It's just nuts. Yeah. Anyway, those are the other recommended pieces I would say to use with Falcon and Redwing because of those awesome bystanders that they have. But if you go into his other keywords, let's do animal. You've got a few really good ones. You got Venom from the same set. 2 M's, Venom. He's awesome. He puts out poisoning bystanders, which I love. I love the idea. It's like, oh, if you don't have any bystanders, damage reducers, I'm just gonna poison you. Tons. Another great figure with animal bystanders, animal keyword, of course, is Odin and Ravens. He's just awesome by himself. He's Jace. He's got some really great. Yeah. But his bystanders, Hugin and Moonin, are fun. Hugin has some fun stuff to modify attack values of your opponents that are within 4 in line of fire. That's awesome. And Moonin, oh, he's got Perplex too. And Moonin's got Outwit. And he does the same thing, but for defense. So, pretty awesome bystanders that could see some good use, especially if you can keep them alive with Falcon. Another great, let's see, Camo. Camo is another awesome uh, figure that puts out some bystanders. Now he's also the Prime. So I'll take up your Prime slot. Same with White Tiger from before. Camo's super dangerous. He can deal out a lot of damage, and so can his sharks. And if you save them, I mean, it's an interesting situation if you save them because they die because they're not in water, but then you put them where they're not in water. Anyway, it's just a funny idea. But they can charge blades, and you could, with those blades, take advantage of Ares on the sideline if you wanted to. Catwoman is also a fun one with the animal keyword. Every time she gets hurt, she puts out a cat bystander. Which, I mean, the cat bystanders aren't. They're kind of just annoying because they take up space. They don't let you go. You can't like get to Catwoman unless you shoot her because I mean they're tiny, so you can shoot over them. But if you have to get close to her to hurt her, they can really get in the way. But they can also deal out some damage because they have the Batman enemy team ability, so they can copy Catwoman's attack value. They don't have a lot of damage, but in the right situation, I think there's no more for animal, but martial artist is the other keyword that Falcon and Redwing have. So there's a couple that I found, at least in modern, a couple that have some fun bystanders. One of them is Scout from Deadpool Weapon X. Scout puts out the what was called Jonathan Bystander. Again, a bystander with blades, but this one has exploit. He's tiny too. Charge, blades, toughness, exploit. Pretty good values in general. But that's a good martial artist. The other one I really want to get. I have the figure. I don't have the card. It's a legacy. Phantom X. Now he can also save his bystander, but it takes a power action to do so. The Eva bystander. She herself doesn't do much, but he can make his attacks through her. Yeah. He can target characters adjacent to Eva, regardless of range and line of fire. So you just throw Eva out there, however you want. Falcon could TK Eva because he can do that for bystanders. But she also flies, and she's standard size, so she can carry somebody else if it's a robot. So 10 precision strike and probability control and super senses. I really want this card because I think it'd be super fun. Anyway, that's just not just. It's a pretty big list of characters that I also would put on teams with Falcon and Redwing. I don't have a lot of them. What do I have? I have Camo, and I don't know if I have Catwoman. I'm definitely going to try to get that Captain America legacy. I got the Captain America, this one, so he'll probably see play with Falcon, even though it's kind of a duplicate of the same character. And yeah, I think that's Oh, Scout and Venom. I have those as well. So I could do an animal one with Venom, but most likely I'll be doing it in silver and doing some keyword cheating. But and that would have to be its own other video. I've seen several interesting teams like that. Anyway, that's enough for me. Enough blabbing. But I love blabbing. I love talking and theory crafting and all that kind of stuff with Heroclix. That's why I do what I do. I'd love to talk to you more about it. Hit me up in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff from YouTube. Let me know if you want to see more or who you want to see next in this series for One Awesome Clix. We've got a few team builds that are in the works right now. But if there's something you specifically want to know about, a figure that you pulled and you're like, okay, what the heck am I going to do with him? And you don't have all the latest and greatest cool stuff to go along with them. That's why I make this series of videos. So the player on a budget can still have some fun. And if you want to play with me online, we could try to figure that out, test out our teams. Anyway, good talking to you guys again. Hope this satisfied your need for some Clix content. Give you your little fix, and I will talk to you guys next time.